To my right, Rachel. To my left, Jekin. And welcome to episode 30 of the To The World Show. We. I'm gonna get you the ad-free version, definitely.
No, I like it to be out of breath.
You're
30,
trying
30. We did
You're
it.
trying to send me the white claw.
No.
You're really grown. You guys are really grown.
I know for the dirty 30, the guys know we got a new sound.
Don't get used to that without ads, though.
No, it's just ad-free.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
I pay for it.
So what's up, y'all?
Episode 30.
Episode 30. Did you think we was gonna make it to episode 30? Be real.
When we got to 14, I thought the sky was the limit. But before 14, I didn't think we was gonna make it to 5. After 14,
14 was like a little bummer.
I think 14 was that was when I was like, all right, we got some. Yeah, we got some.
And then it was just like
was
scream machine.
You guys persevered and
Yeah. We've been through a lot of adversity.
Yeah, ups and downs. We'll get into it at the end of the show. But Rachel, Easter. How was your Easter? Did I cut you off? I'm sorry. Did I cut you off?
Rachel don't celebrate Easter.
What do you mean I don't celebrate Easter?
Episode 30, baby!
Like,
Hold
no,
on, put the new one. Put the new sound effect.
You know my life. You know everything I do.
No, okay, I'm sorry. How was Easter?
I mean, I don't celebrate Easter like a little kid anymore, but I celebrate Easter. Spend time with my family. You know.
So you're not looking for eggs or anything like that. But,
No.
All right, cool. Makes sense.
I mean, I got a little something from the Easter Bunny, but
How about-
you know?
How about you? Because I might actually have y'all celebrated the day before that, but not yet. How was your Easter?
I didn't do much. I didn't do much. This is probably the first Easter in a long time. I went with Zoe somewhere, her fam, and that's about it. I didn't even see my kids this Easter. It kind of was a bummer, and they were out here, but mom had them, so I let mom spend it.
Easter ain't the same no more to me. Maybe because I'm old.
I was gonna say it is because probably you're older. Nothing's the same.
Yeah, I guess
The
you're right.
chocolates was
The
banging.
magic is gone.
The magic is definitely gone for sure.
Well, I tell you what, magic was not gone.
What was that called?
420, ladies and gentlemen. I know you guys don't celebrate that. But 420 was pretty good. I had a pretty good 420. We were supposed to do a show.
Well, happy 420 to you.
Well,
Thank you.
Happy belated
Thank you.
420 to
Thank you,
you.
Rachel. That means a lot.
Keywords,
I know, that's a special holiday for you.
Oh, OD. For me, it's not Cinco de Mayo for some people, but yeah, definitely it was a great time.
Yeah, so you see, when you have something planned on 420, you can't expect for it to always go as planned because it's 420.
We was gonna do a show, but then I got high. Ooh.
Do you remember your 420? Do you even remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember the events from start
I-
to finish?
I think I do.
To elaborate, did you have enough? Did you enjoy yourself?
I had a great time, man. I think I had a better time on Easter from all the stuff that I bought from 420 that I was planning.
Leftovers.
Yeah. And then the Easter, then the little eggs went on sale. They go on sale, the little chocolates and shit.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good.
So the Easter was like your Black Friday for
Absolutely.
420.
Absolutely.
After Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
Might have caught a fucking ulcer with all the chocolate I ate and everything. No, but shit is changing out here, bro. Like they had like this fucking it's like these little underground shits now, and it's like booths with like juices and everything. I'm like, yo, is this shit legal? He's like, no. I was like, you guys care? No. It's like 5 years ago. Gentrification has changed it at all.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe the other states that the legalization in other states has helped. Push
Could be. Jersey, I think Jersey is legal.
Not
no.
yet. I think it's recreational.
No,
It's
Massachusetts.
not recreational yet, right? It's medicinal still.
Medicinal.
I think we're medicinal too.
Yeah, we're medicinal, but it's like
Yeah,
limited medicinal. It's not like
It's not real medicinal,
It's not
though.
like California.
But Jersey
medicinal.
expected to come.
When it
It's
was
going to happen
medicinal.
soon because they got the legalization of gambling. So if they want to make it like a mini Vegas with Atlantic City, it only makes sense if they get that legalized, right? Because in Vegas, I was hanging out with a person in Vegas. Shout out to my man Harry. I was in Vegas with him, and we were driving around with a pistol in the car, with marijuana, and we were drinking in front of the cops.
You just air it all out there, right?
Nothing was
Don't you?
happening.
You just
No, it
air
was
it
like
all out.
Anarchy.
Well,
Fuck.
I don't partake in the marijuana smoking, But I'm just saying, it was everything was perfectly legal.
He lives there?
He's a resident there.
Okay.
So he has like his like, so he's like walking around the cops, like, 'cause the cops look at the car, like, the gun is right there. So it's like he has his gun, and I'm like, this is like the fucking Wild Wild West. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think obviously drinking and driving is not legal. But he wasn't drinking. He was the one smoking. We were drinking in the car.
I always say if you're
But he
gonna
was,
do
like,
something,
smoking at the
smoke
end,
and
so it's
drive.
like,
Don't
you know?
drink and drive. But don't do none of that. But
But I see
no,
Jersey.
no.
Jersey,
make a
listen,
choice.
Don't do anything
Jersey's
when you
money
drive.
is on
Just
that,
drive.
like Boardwalk Empire, right? Okay?
Just drive.
Just drive. Yeah, don't do anything
Just
intoxicated.
drive.
Then again, driving on like Melissa or an Eileen.
I don't even like taking Ubers when I'm
Or-
on fucking.
Why
I don't even
you
like
have
taking
to only
Ubers.
use wait. Why are you only adding female names to that list?
Well, because what brings again we just
Have
from
you
their
ever
point
been in
of
my
view.
car with me? I've never driven
Do you know
with
who
me.
Melissa is?
No, well, should we explain to her? Oh, no, this is how it's.
Nah, I think she's.
I think she's very-
I don't think she's ready.
Well, what gives men pleasure, what gives heterosexual men pleasure are women. So when we talk about things that give you other extraordinary feelings,
Yo,
instead of
that's a
calling-
beautiful way to
instead of-
fucking explain it, bro.
Should I give us some class?
Hold on, wait for the ad first. Wait for the ads, guys.
This is
If you want to get your Nikes, get them at Nike.com.
I'm about to ask you. I'm not being cheap. So when we use, like I would say, with the extraordinary other things, we tend to, instead of calling them.
Those are codes?
Well, yeah, we
Oh,
call
I
them by
gotcha.
female names. So like you can figure out what a Melissa may be or what an Eileen may be. If you just use their first letter, you'd probably be able to figure it out. You know,
Okay.
back in the days, they would say something like, you know, another form
I
of
got what you're
extraordinary
saying.
thing would be like a Mary Jane, right? Which I don't, you know.
You don't like Mary Jane.
All right.
I don't
She's
get
not your
involved with
type.
Mary Jane. Yeah, she's, you know, she's too earthy for me.
As long as you're not messing.
She's
As
too
long as
earthy for me.
listen,
Her smell is she's too potent. I can't.
as long as I never hear the name Tina in our conversations, we fucking good.
Or Helen.
Tina's my sister's name.
Or Helen. Or
No,
Helen.
yeah, I know. I can tell y'all what
Well,
Tina is because I
Christina.
don't partake in it.
Or
Y'all know,
Helen. Or
I don't know
Helen.
what Helen is.
Or Helen.
You know what Tina is, right?
No.
That's meth.
Tina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's
That's the new one.
see, Helen for
Yeah.
me would be heroin.
Oh.
Oh, nah.
When I was just blew up with what the fuck we were talking about, it was better when we were cold words. You see, we blew it up, right? Whatever.
Nah, I just blew up the
Now
ones.
they get
I just
something
blew up the ones that I don't partake in.
I don't.
Anyways,
Yeah, let's
we're gonna
change
move on from this illegal talking, incriminating
Well, we're not incriminating anything.
I
conversation.
don't know. You sound like you're incriminating yourself.
I didn't say I sell it. I'm not a drug dealer. And I didn't say I use it. I just said, you know, I made a suggestion, right? We rewind the tape.
Yeah, you're just putting us more and more
I
deep
just
in the
said,
thing.
if you ever drove dealing with Melissa or dealing with Eileen, you may enjoy it. That's all I said. I didn't say I did it. I just said you may enjoy it. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, you definitely. No.
Okay, yeah.
We do not condone that
What
kind of
happened was,
behavior here on
yeah.
episode 30. But we are gonna move on, and we're gonna get
I
into
have to
something
shake my
that.
head. I can't. There's no words here, guys.
All right, that's
So
good.
Melissa, a lot happened yesterday on Game of Thrones. Seems like that.
Sunday, not yesterday.
Oh yeah, I'm so out of it right now. Sunday?
Yeah, Game of Thrones airs on Sunday.
I know Game of Thrones airs on Sunday.
Today
but
is Wednesday.
Hump day.
The 420.
got you.
420
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, 420
Definitely.
was like 4 days ago, right?
Definitely. No, I'm just so used to recording. You know,
Public
I'm used to
service
recording on the
announcement.
things that we
PSA.
record.
Disclaimer.
All right, yeah. Spoiler alert.
That's what I was gonna say. So you guys gonna have to carry me here.
All right, so
How was it?
I don't know. You want to lead with this? No, I'll talk about that. So maybe just give a little synopsis of what happened.
Well, it was the calm before the storm, I guess you would say, and
Yeah.
kind of
Tell
like
ya.
everybody's kind of like, what's going to be coming next, because they are anticipating the White Walkers coming to Winterfell before sunrise.
But we said spoiler alert, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to say anticipating.
No,
Next,
I'm
you
saying
saw them at the
I'm
end.
not talking about us. I'm
Oh,
talking
so
about
in the show,
in the show. They're
okay.
anticipating the White Walkers
Right.
coming before sunrise, and now we're at a place of, is this going to be the end of our lives? Is there going to be an after? What's going to happen? Are we all going to die? If we're going to die, well, I'm going out like this. And depending on the characters, you kind of get to see how each of them take on their last night, quote unquote, at Winterfell.
Yeah, I'm gonna get right into the bullshit. I'm gonna get right into it.
I know what you're trying to say.
No, I'm gonna get right into
know where
it.
this is going.
Sorry, Arya. Listen.
I didn't say anything.
She must have been putting things up there to be jumping on that man and taking over like that for her first ever experience.
Well, she's different now because she trained in,
I'm sorry. Anatomy's not different.
What do you mean? Oh, I got what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
All right, so Best Side Lou, unfortunately,
Yeah, put me on.
He didn't see it, so
Nah, I know what happened.
Baratheon-
I think that's the only thing I know that happened. Because
Baratheon's
it was all over.
bastard son, who I don't know his name.
Oh, oh God, I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, well, I'll find it.
No, I don't know. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
So
I definitely don't know.
Gendry.
I think you're right.
Got it. It is
I think you're
definitely
right.
Gendry.
Give me a second, it'll come to me, it'll come to me.
Oh shit.
Gotta let it come. Gotta let it go. There's so many characters.
No ads with that one. So Gendry actually, Arya started talking to Gendry, and Gendry confessed that he is
Robert
Baratheon's bastard son.
That's why the what was she called? The woman of the
Yes, the witch.
The witch, yeah.
That's why she was like putting the
dark
leeches
lady,
on
the
him.
dark woman.
The red lady. That's why she was putting the leeches on him and trying to take his blood for whatever reason. And then, well, I don't know what happened. Arya, we know before when she was leaving, she had asked him to go with her, and he had said, "Oh, I can't go." And she said, "You can go. You'll be as my family." He says, "No, if I go with you, you'll be my lady." So I guess that never left her head.
Yeah.
She went there and she was like,
Well,
"Fuck
she was
it."
that little thing for him.
Yeah,
But
she did. If you ask me, she did the most natural.
Didn't
thing.
Ned Stark and the king they try to plan that at some time?
Yes,
Some
but
shit
it
like
was
that?
supposed
like
to
in
be.
season
It
one.
wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be. What eventually ended up happening? Sansa and
Got you.
and who's the crazy
Joffrey.
Joffrey. So he said, "We'll make our family's gonna be, their kids are gonna be the future." And when they were downstairs in that crypt area, and they were talking about it. So yeah, she was the only realistic one. It's the last day. I ain't
Going
never
out
did
with
it
a bang,
before. Let
literally
me go
and
get
figuratively.
some.
So I heard she was very uncomfortable with that though.
Very uncomfortable. No.
She was extremely.
She's only like. In
Oh,
real
you mean
life,
the actress?
No, actually, like she said that when she got the script, she thought it was a prank.
She got nude.
No, she thought it. I know, but she thought it was a prank, and she said like she felt mad weird about it because she was like these people saw her grow up. Like she was 13. I think she was 13 when she started
Oh no,
doing
she
that
was
shit.
She was like 9 on the show.
And then she
has to
goes,
be like what, 19, 20? She's not really.
she's about
Yeah.
20.
She's
She's
not
about
that
20.
old.
No.
And
How old is her character in the fucking thing?
Well,
though?
I think that like in the book they said she's supposed to be only. They aged her up a little bit more for the show.
but you got to remember, at that time, you get married. Joffrey was how old and he was king, and they were already trying to make kids.
Copy. I live in.
You know
Well,
what
they
I'm
were waiting for Sansa to
saying?
have.
So it's not.
That's how they did it in the old.
Yeah,
days, so.
that's not uncommon. All right, so she did that. What else? Jamie was forgiven. Jamie was
For
forgiven.
Was he fully?
for the need of the people.
Well, the
the
person
greater
that,
need.
Well, that Brienne
Well,
loves him.
Brienne of Tarth.
Brienne
yeah.
loves him.
Yeah, she has feelings for him.
She always had.
But
feelings.
I did like that storyline within the show.
Yes.
I thought that was a really good.
I thought it was. I thought again, Lou, you haven't watched it. Again, spoiler alert. I thought it was fantastic when she said, "Are you gonna apologize?" Or I'm paraphrasing, for killing my brother or for doing this and
Or was defending my family.
And he said, "I defended my family, so I would
I was
apologize."
just doing whatever.
Yeah.
He said,
I
"If
know
I
that's
had, if I
what
had
I
to do it again, I'll do it again."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that she stood up for him. That she spoke on his behalf and said like he is really a good person. He's really helped me, all that stuff. But then at the end he did like kind of repay her and he finally
Yeah,
gave her,
so he knighted her.
her.
Which I thought was the cheesiest worst fucking
No, that
part of
was
the whole
really
show.
sweet.
Nah,
God,
my
you have no
God,
heart. My goodness.
I hated it. That was one of the cheesy parts.
It's just like the evil parts
That's
of the
it.
show.
Let's get to the bullshit.
This is
There's
why I
art.
told
If
y'all.
there's no evil, there's no. It doesn't. You have to have the balance.
Fuck that.
I told y'all the first 2 episodes was gonna be whack. I said it. Not whack. I said it was gonna be slow.
No,
It was
no,
gonna
no,
be
we're not gonna
slow.
Just go right into it.
Hold on.
I hate that.
6 episodes. It better go into it.
Well,
It
they
better,
are.
yeah, it's
2 years,
about time.
Hold on. You're speaking
We
as
watched-
if you know. You
We watched the show like how long it took to get Winterfell back. It took towards the end of the series. Like so much
But
has to happen.
they do that.
Towards the end of the series.
They do that often. Like they'll
Yeah.
the first episode will be a bang, second episode will be okay, and it'll drag a little bit, and the last 3 or 4 episodes will be like, all right,
Yeah.
I gotta see next season. All right, so let's get into some important things that happen. So
back into the real world.
back into what
We're gonna leave Westeros.
No, let's Westeros. Let's just get because we're doing the spoilers. You might as well say. Let's get into some of the things that happened that actually had very big importance. So Bran has.
Oh, we're still Westeros.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh, okay, Brad.
Let's,
Yep.
let's divulge 20 minutes to it. We did it 20 minutes last week. Let's,
Okay.
let's do 20 minutes of show. So
I didn't watch it, so y'all helping me out.
all right, cool. We're
Catching
spoiling
you up.
if you know. Whatever.
Do it.
All right, so Bran actually said during when they were conjuring up what they were planning on doing for the war, Bran says, use me as bait. I'm his
Yes.
memory,
Mhm.
and I have a theory about that with the memory thing. So I thought that was dope.
He said to use him for the Night King.
Yeah,
Yes.
he said because
Okay.
he's memories and the Night King.
So he's not the Night King.
We don't know yet. We don't know what the hell this guy is. But he says something.
He's coming
that's-
for me. He wants me.
Yeah,
The white the
because
Night
of
King
His
wants
uncle
me.
told him that though. His
No,
uncle
he
told
knows
him when the
that.
time is right, when the Night King comes, you're gonna be here waiting for him. He told him this like in episode. I mean, like in season 1. When he first got hurt. The dude, what's his name? We was talking about him last week.
Benjen.
Yeah, Benjen.
It's like his uncle knows everything that's
Because
gonna happen.
Benjen was usually dwells outside of the walls.
Yeah.
In the north, so he kind of.
I think it was the first time when the Night King was coming. I don't remember like the details, but if I could remember correctly, I'm gonna see if I send it to you today. Benji told him, he was like, "Yo, when the Night King comes, you're gonna be waiting for him."
Cool. All right, so I didn't know that. That's cool. So
That's a way
Brad told him Brad the
back.
memories, and then it was like it was something that was. It made you think about death, right? So when you die, when do you really die, right? You die, you have 2 deaths. So you die when you physically leave the world. But you really die when people stop talking about you.
Oh, your
When
memory.
people don't know who you are, then you're dead. Then you're really dead.
Okay.
That's why people say you have kids and you live. When you're a historian, you live on forever.
Well,
But
give
he
you also
destroyed-
give you an insight of like what's the motive behind the Night King? Why is he trying to even get into? He wants an endless night. Right.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
So
What's that?
Endless
What's the
night.
He just wants an endless night. He doesn't want.
So he wants to like keep going, I guess.
Yeah. So he can.
Ah.
Yeah.
So if you take away the memories from him, so they're using him as bait, and then what is it? Greyjoy. Theon says, "I'll protect him." He offers his life to be
Yeah.
with him.
So he's trying to repent. Like it's a lot of like trying to
Well, he's gonna-
make up for
he's gonna
past
die.
mistakes. I felt like that was kind of what like the show was also saying.
You're
She's
gonna
like,
lose half
listen,
your
if I'm gonna die tonight with this war, I gotta make up for some good things, like things that I've done wrong too.
Yeah.
That
And you know
was
what's
a little
funny? He
piece
let
of
his
it.
hair grow back. He looks like how he looked at. Yeah, he looked. Excuse me. How he
I
looked at the
definitely
beginning.
know Jamie's dying now, though.
I don't think Jamie's gonna die because it defeats the purpose.
Disagree.
It defeats the purpose of that assassin coming for him. I think Brienne is gonna die. I think Brienne is gonna die saving Jamie's life. But we're gonna say. All right, so that happened.
That's your projection.
Yeah, let's get into.
Cersei's look like she about to get with this dude.
Let's get into just the final important thing, and then
Okay.
we'll give our theories. The final important thing was, of course, as we know in episode 1, Jon finds out he's the true heir to the
King.
throne. So in this episode, he goes to he tells
Daenerys.
wifey,
Yep.
he tells Daenerys, and
Yeah, nigga.
Daenerys.
She had that face.
The first thing she tells him when she finds out who told him, she goes, "Okay, so your best friend and your brother tell you this theory." Like
that a little
admittedly
convenient?
dismissing it. Like, very, is it convenient? And when he's explaining it to her, his face is of someone that's like, it's not that I want to be king, but this is who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's immediately like, so that you're the only male heir to the throne. And she's like looking at him like, like I don't.
Y'all think she's gonna become a mad queen, like a pop?
And then the horns ring, and then that means the White Walkers are here. If you want to rub my back, it's okay. My back hurts.
Put it on
Alright,
camera.
so that's
dirty,
pretty much,
dirty 30.
There was a part where Sansa spoke to Daenerys as well. There's a lot of things you guys watched the episode, but these are probably the most important things. And the White Walkers are here. They're gonna all fight them. Theories.
Not all White Walkers are there.
Theories. We'll get you. I think yours will say for last.
Okay.
Theories. What's your theory?
I'm an eternal optimist, and I say they're going to defeat the king, and Jon Snow's going to take the crown. I'm still going with it. I'm going to ride hard on that.
All right. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna talk about the ending. I'm gonna just elaborate on what I was saying. I think Brienne is gonna die saving Jamie. I think they're gonna lose half the cast, half the important cast this year.
I think a lot of people will die,
Brienne's
too.
going. I think Brienne.
Grey Worm is definitely going,
Number
bro.
1 is going. I think Gentry's going. I think the Hound is. I think the Hound is going. I think her old hand. Who's her old hand? The older man with that had the rocky.
I know you talking about.
I think he's going. Even though I think.
Grayscale. What is his name?
Yeah, so I think a lot of people. And why are they keeping them in the crypt when these people can raise the dead and there's a bunch of dead people there? He was like this and he raises the dead, and some of them are all skeletons. So why waiting in the crypt is so safe if there's a bunch of dead skeletons?
Well, that's what they think right now.
Jon Snow saw him go like this, and all the
I
dead
know,
goblins
but they
stepped
think
up.
that right now that's the place to have them. So we're just gonna have to see it to find out.
I'm not gonna spoil you how
I don't want to set up. I really don't want to set myself up with an expectation. I'm a little. I fight against having a theory because I don't want to set myself up for disappointment.
Well,
I have what I have in my heart that I want to happen. That's my like.
Well, if my theory that I saw is real, not really a disappointment. So, what I was looking at
This is
and
very
what
fascinating.
I was reading
It makes sense. Go ahead.
was that the Night King is not with his army. And what's the dragon? What's it? The dragon, the ice dragon's
I
name.
know, like Velcro or some shit. I
Velcro.
don't
It starts
know.
with a V.
Okay.
He's on his way to your homegirl already. To King's Landing.
And that's why Bran saw that vision of King's Landing and a dragon flying over it.
Oh,
And it
shadow
wasn't
of it.
Daenerys. So if you sit and think about it, it might be the Night King on his way. I mean, that would be the
But I
smart.
think they showed the Night King like approaching. They like ended with his face there.
No.
Did it? They ended.
didn't.
They ended with the generals who have been confirmed. Those generals are the babies that man
Yeah,
is
yeah,
giving
yeah. I
him.
remember.
You gotta think about it. Those two dragons, Jon Snow and Daenerys' dragon, will fuck up the Night King and the fucking and his one fucking dragon.
I don't know.
Well, they're
about
thinking
that. I
that
don't
if they
know
get
that.
him, they'll get the others. But I don't know. We'll have to see. We're just gonna have to see.
I
I'm
don't know about
patient,
that.
and I'm patient, and I'm perfectly fine waiting to find out on Sunday.
I think I would love for him to. I would love for him to kill both the dragons and then like Bran takes over and whatever. All right, we'll get into our theories as the season continues. I think Jon Snow should get burned by Daenerys, and then have him like walking out the fire.
You dying to see that man naked,
Not to
bro.
see him nude.
You dying to see
I
him.
want to see his
Cersei
pecker with
should
a
go.
I want to see his pecker with. No, but I'm just saying.
Dirty.
To see him,
Sweet cheeks.
No, to see him come out the fire like I'm the real king. See, you trying
Oh,
to?
because he's Targaryen.
yeah,
He can handle it.
Exactly. Like so like, and then be surprised. Like, you really trying to burn me? To her, and it's like.
No,
It
she
wouldn't
knows,
be the
she
first
knows.
time I
think
got
she's
burned,
gonna-
my lady.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
That bread
I've
hand-
been with a
Remember
wildling.
she said to Sansa, who manipulated who? I love your brother.
She didn't look
Even
like
though
that
that
when
is my nephew, but-
she didn't look like that when he was calling him king. When he was saying that
No.
theory.
The things you do for love.
Because you're optimistic.
Remember.
All right.
The
Remember what she
things you
did
do.
all that power. Yes.
Things you do
That was the
love.
theme of the show. All right. Let's move on. So, guys, Game of Thrones. Sorry if you didn't watch it. Too bad.
We just like to talk.
funny the
We
whole
like to
thing.
talk Game of Thrones.
All
So,
right.
We like to debate it.
Now let's get into the show.
Let's. Oh man, I don't want to.
All right, I'll get into this. So,
Yeah.
this is the music part of the show. A friend of mine's growing up. His name was Rashid Littlejohn. He was a basketball player in Bushwick High School. He was really good, very popular, really good in basketball. He just dropped the album. He goes by the name of Varsity P, aka I believe the P stands for precise.
Okay.
So they reached out to me over the week to talk about his album. So I just wanted to just.
You want to shout out?
Yeah, I want to shout out.
Varsity?
I want to put out his first single. His first single is called Triple D, Dark Side Drug Dealers. I'm just gonna play a little snippet of it, and throughout the show, I'll just play it in the background.
Dark Side is a Bushwick thing,
Yeah,
right?
he's from.
No, I'm saying it's to the audience who
Dark
doesn't
Side-
know what the dark side of Bushwick
yeah,
is.
it's a part of Bushwick.
It's not Illuminati.
No. All right, so.
Well, I'm not originally from Bushwick. They have to tell me.
You know what the dark side of Bushwick is? You know?
Without the proper
There's a dark
context,
side-
you
what
can
was it?
judge
Yeah, like-
someone totally wrong.
I don't know what they
So
call it
you
dark
get-
side.
Because y'all didn't have no street lights over there. That's why.
Oh yeah.
And it was
That's
dark
the
as
real
fuck. Yeah, that's the real thing. It was dark as fuck over there. And then it was like past Knickerbocker Park. It was like bright and shit.
So this is single is called.
Alright, let's check it out.
Dark Side Drug
Call you
Dealers.
Vince now.
Life and death. So with giving those proper context, you can see why a person could make such horrible decisions. I'm not
Looks like
saying that
he got
to
a
give us
sample
those
from Hove
decisions,
talking. I
just
hope he got it clear.
understand the circumstances
He's
and
on
not
iTunes.
dismiss us as being just crack dealers.
I got my swag from them drug dealers. They call them trap niggas. Legs bubble like legends or the max niggas. Timberland, Gucci knit was a fax nigga. Was at it in the streets way before Black
Sound
Twitter.
not bad.
Twitter. The niggas had the swag.
You know me. I gotta get things.
I
more
like that.
time.
I can
gotta.
understand the words he's saying.
I know, right? I gotta get things a lot
At
more
least
time
he's
before I
enunciating, right?
to give it a real review.
All right, well, guys, this is Varsity P.
Yeah. Make sure y'all check that out.
His name is
Where
House.
can you find him?
You can find them on all
SoundCloud, Spotify.
on all streaming platforms.
Okay.
House
You
is
gotta let the
called
people know.
House Down from the Liquor Store. House Down from the Liquor Store. His name is Varsity P. I'm gonna let some of the stuff play. I'll put it in the background really low.
Okay.
We can probably just talk over it, all
Maybe
right?
put it in the outro.
No, outro is for no, yeah, I'll put some.
I'm just giving a
I'll
suggestion.
put
You don't
some
have to
on
take it.
So we're gonna stay in Bushwick, man. Unfortunately, since you know
You're giving us all the
we're-
knowledge about Bushwick.
We're in the I got a little bit of everything, but we're gonna get a little serious here, man. I know you guys heard about this. This is one of the biggest stories that happened over the weekend. Unfortunately, with a young girl, if you could pull that up, I don't want to mess up her name. They were just having a memorial for her right now, over there by where Insane lives and all that. It was like very, very crowded. She was hacked to death, 20 years old, just a baby, by her boyfriend, I believe.
And she was 2 months pregnant.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, they just found out yesterday she was 2 months pregnant.
So her
That's
name.
terrible.
First of all, rest
That's
in
horrible.
peace.
Yes.
Definitely
peace.
rest in
My
peace.
condolences.
Savannah.
I don't-
Rest in peace,
Prayers and
Savannah.
Her name was
condolences.
Savannah. Okay,
Yeah.
so Savannah Rivera, 20-year-old Savannah Rivera, was found dead in her 8th floor apartment with her head axed, partially decapitated. I believe she had a 4-year-old daughter, or she had another child.
Yeah, there was a baby in the house at the
There was
time.
a 4-year-old young lady who was hiding somewhere in the apartment, and I think another friend that was with her that had ran out to an Uber or something like that. And got away, but she was cut as well.
Yeah, she's in critical but stable condition right now.
And the gentleman, he actually threw the axe or whatever into the, what is that?
Incinerator.
The incinerator for the chute.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's horrible. What would provoke you to do something that's so egregious, so heinous? I mean, taking somebody's life is one thing, but that has. I mean, they call that passion crimes, right? When you do something of that magnitude to harm somebody. Did he think she was pregnant from someone else? I mean, nothing gives him an excuse to.
There's really not, it doesn't like there's enough facts yet, but I mean.
I know some facts, but I don't want to talk enough on camera because it's a very sensitive case. But I know somebody who did know her, and that seemed to be a case. Insecurities. You know.
And she lived in a friend of mine. She lived in his building, so he had told me about it that they were all over the place. It's just sad, man. These kids. You know, we had talked about mental health with you last episode, and about people overuse of drugs and suicide and stuff like this. There's a rumor that the gentleman was a schizophrenic, that he suffered from schizophrenia.
He actually, I'm sorry to cut you off. He actually told the police. He was like, "Oh, I was on my way to get my pills. I don't remember what happened." But I see that as an alibi. I think it's bullshit.
I mean,
insanity
the thing
free
is that,
kind of thing.
yeah. But the thing is that, what if he? Again, I'm not.
What if he really was?
I mean, actually,
If he really was,
to what point is it justified though? Like, to what point can you say, you know what, he's schizophrenic?
People do have psychosis. People do. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes there are cases where it does lead people to do things because of the the auditory hallucinations that they hear. That may tell them to do those kind of things. That's something real that exists. Using it as an excuse if it's not true is doubly heinous.
There's way that the professionals could see if it's bullshit or not, though, right? Like,
well, I mean, they're gonna know. I mean, like,
certain
if he's
signs.
schizophrenic, they're gonna.
If he has a history of it, right?
Yeah,
If he has
there's a history of it somewhere.
In your experience, have you ever spoke to a patient that was a schizophrenic, or do you know anyone?
Without getting into detail.
Obviously,
Yeah,
but
I
I
want you to
mean,
bring hip words like
I'm
that.
sure. Yeah, of course. If you've I've worked in mental health for many years, so I've come across people who are schizophrenic. Sure.
And
Some you would never know are schizophrenic.
Wow.
I know.
And some.
So what is there anything like any signs or anything that may trigger or you may see?
Well, I mean that's like a type of mental illness. It's like organic, meaning like it comes. There's a gene. That's not usually something that's. To become. You don't become schizophrenic from something like you don't become depressed.
So it's genetic.
There's more of a genetic. Yeah, there's an organic reason for it.
It could be drug induced as well, right?
There could be drug induced psychosis and like type of where it's like schizophrenia, but I think those are even rarer cases. But either way, like I always want to defend mental health in some way because I don't think it's right to say that like all people like to put that kind of. Like so I said, if it is not the case that he's not and he's just using it as an excuse, that's terrible because you're further enduring, like you're reinforcing that stigma that people who are mentally ill are dangerous and
Yeah, but
or mental health is there's like a spectrum of different things that affect mental
I'm
health.
sorry, not Fernando. To
no,
fucking hack somebody.
I mean,
And what is like? I can't imagine me getting to that place. But if I would have seen a little girl there, if I would have seen a kid there, that would have like. I think that's where I'm like,
But,
all
I
right,
mean,
maybe he was
Well,
fucked
that's
up.
because you're if you are in the right state of mind.
yeah, and
You got to be in a crazy ass state of mind.
and the thing is that with, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how.
I don't know if
they
it was
think.
schizophrenia
Yeah, I
per
don't know what it
se
is.
that did that, but
Like I met,
something else was definitely there. There was other issues, if not
I
that.
met
From what I hear, was a very big jealous rage.
I met a bipolar person. Like I knew a bipolar person, right, at the job, and he was actually he was a physician. They actually eventually let him go, and the guy was like brilliant when he was in his manic stage.
Well, they think they're brilliant sometimes.
No, but like he would just say things, and he was from people that were around him. I knew who he was because they pointed him out to me. Like this guy, he's no longer here because of this. But then when
You
you
never
start,
said that?
I mean, people talk around. People,
Oh.
whether it's true or not, you don't know. But they say, why is this doctor so and so is not here anymore? I haven't seen him in a while. They say, oh, you didn't hear, and then it's gossip. Maybe it's true, maybe it wasn't. But if it is true, what they said, he was weird. Like there'll be days where he'll come and he's very talkative, he's very out there, and there'll be days where he doesn't even look at you. It's like, and,
I mean, there's just so many things that you could speculate.
I'm just
A lot
saying.
of times people say bipolar for a lot of reasons, like, oh, he's got mood swings, you must be
Of course,
bipolar.
listen,
It's not really how
Bipolar
it
gets
works.
thrown around
Listen,
It
out
does.
there
It gets,
so
I mean,
much.
there's a lot of
but-
those things.
That's like ADHD. Everybody got
I'm not
bipolar
saying-
initiation.
listen, all right, you know what? I'm just not gonna go there because I don't.
Go for it.
I still work there. I don't want to.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, copy.
So I'm not gonna say whatever. So, but yeah, if it is true, what they were saying and the rumors were true, you could see that the guy definitely had, I guess, these mood swings.
I would really honestly say that this sounds more like, I would not even, I mean, I don't, like I said, I don't know if he's schizophrenic or not, and I don't know if that is part of the issue. But what I hear sounds like the nature of the crime, the nature of the history of the relationship from what
Sounds
you're
like
kind of,
rage.
sounds like
It was,
the
yeah.
domestic violence,
Yeah.
which is more likely to end in death and have more of those kind of outcomes than something like schizophrenia. To
And
be really
domestic
honest.
violence is it's like
Schizophrenics are more scared of
it's
themselves than they're scared of
insecurity and
you.
it's a power thing, right? It's an insecurity and a power thing, right? So I'm insecure with myself, so I have to overpower you, but it's really me, right? So if I
Yeah.
feel like I have to put hands on you for something you've done, it's really something within me that's wrong
Of
with
course.
me, right? So
Everything is our stuff.
of course, so it's like
we take our stuff out on other people.
you hear you hear stories like that where the guy comes, she doesn't want to be with me, so he goes, he kills her, kills the kid, and then kills himself.
At least he didn't. I mean, at least he didn't kill the kid.
Well,
He did. He
didn't
killed
know-
an unborn
He
child.
didn't know the kid was there. You go to hack somebody's head off. I don't know what you're capable of doing. To just go and hack somebody's head off,
Yeah.
like so. Listen, man. You know what?
Savannah,
Savannah
rest
Rivera,
in
man,
peace.
rest in
Yes.
peace. You know, God
Yes.
bless your family. The little girl, man. I hope you're not super traumatized. You know, growing up, it's gonna be a hard
That's gonna
pill
be
to
tough,
swallow.
bro. That's gonna be real tough.
Was that her kid, or that was?
That was the other girl's kid,
Yeah.
the one who
Well, I
got.
mean, like, are
he
these,
cheated.
are these
He cut up
reported
two- he
facts?
cut up
Hold on. Now I'm looking at it from a whole nother fucking point of view. She ran out and left her fucking kid in the crib.
I don't know the details, bro.
That's what I was just gonna say. What
She
are the
went.
reported
I know there was an
facts?
Uber. She went to go get an Uber, and she told the Uber man. She told the Uber man, "Yo,
Let's change the
I'm
subject.
cut up."
Now I'm going into uncharted territory right now, and I'm going.
But
Listen,
Nick, you
that-
just have to just remember, we don't know all the facts yet. So before we can start getting ourselves emotional about things and speculating and assuming, we really do need to know all the information. I
So
think.
all right. Well,
But I mean, what we do know.
this guy's nuts.
Oh, my
That's
goodness.
what we know. This guy's nuts.
I just.
And he needs to be.
My heart.
He needs the law. If he truly is the culprit, and he really did all this, heinous acts, then he should suffer the consequences severely. If the guy needs help, then let him get his help, and he should probably, in my opinion, I don't know how you let this guy come out.
On some level, you just have
I
to
don't want to be a
let it-
hypocrite because I've told you this before.
And
If
you know,
go
I
to
got a
jail-
soft spot for people with mental health. We must,
Yeah, of course. But if you go to jail,
Ditto.
are you ever healed? When you come out, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
If he does, should he be in there the rest of his life? Should they? I don't know.
Nah, come on. If you hack somebody, bro, you have to. I don't give a fuck what you have. It could be my autistic son. If they tell me, yo, your son hacked the shit out of somebody, and be like, son, I'm sorry. You.
I kind of believe that too. We can talk about this. Rich, you haven't been here, but we've had episodes where I feel like there's people that are just sick in the head and you got to kill them, and that's just the way I feel. Like
so
with
pro death penalty.
Yeah.
And some, and me too.
Like, if you're
On certain
if
circumstances.
you're a child molester and you're a known, like there was this recent article recently with the guy, I just saw it on the news.
Roman
this-
Polanski?
This
No,
white,
no.
no, the white guy, he tries to run into the house, and to get this little 7-year-old girl, and the father
And the
comes
father
in,
shot him
and the
6
father
times.
shoots him, but he doesn't kill him.
Yep.
This is recent.
I saw that.
He was praying. Then there's another one where there's this little girl. There's a video. There's footage. She's hiding behind a truck because a car is following her from school. See, like, men, if you're praying or something like that, then you're sick. It don't go away. You gotta be killed. That's how I feel. In the old times, if you had a club,
Do you believe people could be rehabilitated?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think-
wait. Chemical castration. That's the
he
best
said
way to
that. I don't know if you can
rehabilitate.
do that either because you can castrate somebody, but then you give somebody some testosterone.
Well,
The thought you can't change their
first-
memories. It's. So I don't
I
know.
believe certain things you can
I
rehabilitate.
think you should put a hole in their head, put acid in it, and then let them live forever. So now you're a fucking vegetable, and you get to live. Cause and I'm sorry, I'm being an ass. I'm being like really over the top. But
You're really speaking from emotion because this is clearly something that really
It-
like
it's-
you
no,
feel passionately
I
about.
feel like anybody who hurts children,
Children.
Yeah.
in a sexual way should really be penalized. Really
Absolutely.
Bad.
OD.
Well, it's a really horrible thing that happens, and it's like so common, and it's like because it's so cyclical. It's like when you are abused, then you abuse. Like hurt people hurt, you know. So, you know, it's just like one of those terrible things because you're always like a living victim. It's like why rape and
then,
that
then
kind
you
of
have
stuff
to
is
live
so.
with that forever.
Mhm.
You know, we had
And-
an episode out before you were here with the R. Kelly episode, and remember I talked about the young lady
Yeah, yeah.
where I knew someone who she was molested and she went the other route where she was very promiscuous after that, and she didn't see sex as for what it was. Like she didn't see it as a passionate thing. She saw it as a fuck, it's whatever. So she tried to sleep with everybody in the world. Like that was her way of getting back. And that's another way.
Or your way of just covering your pain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or
So
just-
it's
You don't really know your worth. There's a whole lot. There's a lot there.
people
There's a
that
lot
ruin.
of stuff, lot of things.
But this is at the same time. This is what gets me mad when you have people that falsely accuse others, because it's such a serious topic. It's such a serious matter. Like, so when you falsify yourself and say, "Yeah, you know, this person did this to me,"
I really love to know the statistics though, like how many people really do actually falsely accuse.
I feel like I'm talking. I feel like we reviewed
I
the episode again.
know. I could name 3 instances.
It could be.
Not with me, but I've
It
seen
could be 1%.
revenge. I've seen people. I've seen females get mad,
But
and
like sexually
I've-
molesting them,
I don't know about that
abusing
far,
them.
but
That's what we're
I've
talking
seen.
about, right?
I
Yeah,
know.
I guess,
I'm not gonna get into
we-
details,
we'll
but I know a
Because of
girl
sexual
who
assault
lied on
and
her.
sexual
I
molestation.
I know a girl who lied on her boyfriend.
That he assaulted her.
I know
That
a
he
story-
assaulted
I know a
her.
story too that about.
Well, I mean,
And
just
they was back
listen,
together a
there's
week.
We didn't.
They was
I know a
was
story
together a
about
week.
a girl
We
that
didn't
said
talk
her
about-
stepdad touched her, and because her mother found out she lost her virginity, and she was like, it wasn't this guy, it was your husband. I know a story about that was known in the neighborhood. So
Do we know that it was true?
the story was out. So I know she ended up later on.
You know the story, but do you know if?
Well,
it
we
was
know. I
true?
know the girl. Later on, it came out that she lied because she didn't want to get her boyfriend in trouble. But her mother,
Well, who's to
her
say he
mo-
wasn't touching her?
she confessed to it was a lie the whole time.
Okay.
So but
Well, I mean, that's my point is like, how often does that really happen that people do? I mean, the thing is like, all it takes is one person to lie, and then it ruins it. It
Of
discredits
course, yeah.
everybody
For
who's
sure.
trying to say something that is true, because it's already so hard to really, we already, we already bash the victim so much as it is.
All right, guys, we are a little digressing here. We're gonna change the
But
subject.
I was gonna say that was another case that that recently that is in the news right now where the guy I'm forgetting his name, but they was just talking about it, and he's a young guy, like a college kid, and he was just you guys gotta give me the you guys
told me the school.
Fact check.
she said that they went on a date or something, and then she said he raped her, and it really wasn't true. He said all they did was kiss, and it turned out like she was underage in a club, and then
I see that. I see stories like that every day.
Yeah, that's common. That's common. We go over that all the time. Yeah,
I just like to know the
I'm putting up right
statistics.
now, and it's like I'm getting stuff from 2018, 17, 16.
Well, just
of
recently.
false
This was a
charges.
recent thing because
Yeah.
the thing was that he just got convicted, and he's serving like 12 years in prison and like lifetime probation and a mandatory like sex.
And don't you have to be on that list? Forever?
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's
Sex
mandatory.
offender, yeah.
He's got to be lifetime sex offender, right on the registry.
Yeah, that's-
And
Evil world we living in, bro.
You know,
well, I
some,
know it's a double standard world.
you know, in some places they're saying now if they find you urinating outside, then you have to be on that list too.
You're exposing yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
if
women that
that's the
urinate
case.
outside? I mean, I know it's gross.
Who's to say women don't get put on that list?
It's not gonna happen. It's not.
You
that's
Nah,
think
we getting there.
that? You
It's
think
getting
that?
there. It's getting there. I think men
teachers
sexual
get a-
abuse of men is starting to get a little spotlight now, which it should.
You gonna see my teachers?
I was just
Yo.
gonna say teachers are in the
Hot seat? What?
You know,
in the media.
'Cause
for doing-
there's a couple teachers in my school that I wish would have
I say that all the fucking time, bro.
I wish. I'm like, yo, you know, I had a
Nah, that didn't happen in
Why
our
not?
days, bro.
That's a
That did
terrible
not
thing to
happen
say.
in
That's
our
a
days.
terrible thing
You
to
know what's
say.
funny? Some of these women, some of these women teachers are fucking beautiful.
Yeah, and I
Maybe
don't
these
know
kids-
what's wrong with these kids that they fucking snitching all of a sudden, bro.
I'm going to the grave with mine. Remember that story about the little boy that the chick molested him and then
The porno star?
no the chick.
I know there's a teacher that turned porno star.
The teacher molested him, went to jail.
Uh-huh.
When she came out, he married her. They have like 2 kids.
Oh yeah, that's like a.
That's an old story. That's,
Yeah.
It's a very popular story from years
Yeah.
ago. Let's move on.
Lifetime movie of the week story.
All right, too much Game of Thrones, ladies and gentlemen.
Game of Thrones got us talking about all types of shit. All right, the segues are
Shit.
crazy.
Nah, before we do move on, Savannah's family, Savannah, rest in peace. My prayers are with you.
And your family, and everyone that loves you, and it's just.
And we hope you'll get
And-
justice.
And your
bro.
friend and that little girl, man. That's even the friend running and having to see that, and then having, if it's true that she left her daughter, that just, it might have been a heated moment thing, and then you're worried about, oh my God, what about my baby? And you gotta run back. It's just a fucking situation. Either way, man. My prayers,
bless.
whatever goes out to.
So
all involved.
let's move on to a nice topic. Do you watch basketball?
I haven't been watching basketball, but sometimes I do.
You want to do sports right now? Okay.
Real quick. I gotta talk about that Damian Lillard shot. Was that the best ending to a series?
Yeah,
Of all
post it.
time.
We'll show it here.
I don't watch basketball, but I saw that and that was amazing.
See if we show Rachel.
Yeah, show me a clip and I'll be.
That shit was amazing.
It should be on the page. It was amazing because he shot from like half court and he shot
With
it,
somebody on
and
him.
he shot it intentionally. So it was like, all right, this guy is just being a jerk.
We're gonna play it right
if
here.
It ever works. We'll play it. We'll let Rachel see it real quick if it ever plays. Is he playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. He's
so-
there. He's half court now.
So
I see.
yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that is a pretty good.
Yes, it was
pretty
definitely
sweet.
it was definitely a great shot. What made it even more
Can you
sweeter,
name something better than that though? You watch a lot of sports.
he had a similar shot like that.
I know that.
Against
I
the
know that.
Rockets
I
where he
know
was
that.
falling out of bounds and he hit a jump shot. LeBron,
I really appreciate a player that has a good jump shot
what you know about jump shot?
and 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Like that's real skill. That's real
Bro,
skill.
that
I think
shit was
Steph
crazy.
has like one of those every week.
Yeah.
Not like that, bro.
It's the series is great,
Nah.
But he's known
He
for
has
that.
a mean
They
three-point.
call him like the Iceman during the. Did they call him the Iceman? Did I just name him the Iceman? He has like ice in his veins during the playoffs. And what made it great is that he was going against another competitor in Russell Westbrook who was really good and was talking so much trash.
Yeah.
Like
He's always talking trash, bro. I
so
love when
much
he loses.
trash.
It's just like the Yankees. I love when him and the Yankees lose.
I'm not. I don't feel the same.
Who else lost, check in?
All right. Well. hold on. You're not
Do we
gonna.
need? We have any tissues?
Yeah, listen, I'm a Knicks fan, but I'm gonna applaud them.
I'm so happy I didn't bet. Because after that first game, I was open.
I'm gonna applaud them. Listen, so the Brooklyn Nets were eliminated in 5 games by the 76ers.
Well, I know that they're a new young team, and I know like no one really expected them to even get to where they
Yeah,
were.
they did.
And they played their
So they
asses
did good.
off, man. Even though they
Yeah.
got fucking destroyed the last game.
Bro,
But they
what
played
killed them was that
hard,
game
man.
4. That game 4 was the one that they had that game 4.
They did. But you going against an elite team, a team that might be one of the favorites to get to the finals of the championship, and they played them well, man. This is better than what my Knicks are doing, you know. So shout out to them, man. I don't
Shout
know.
out to New York.
You know.
At least one team is doing it for us.
No. We got the Mets doing our thing in the baseball side, but
Listen, it's early.
we ain't gonna jinx it. We ain't gonna jinx it. We are not gonna jinx it. Me and Jackie got a tendency of jinxing the Mets when they're doing good, especially when they start 11-0.
I'm trying to just not even think about it.
This close,
I'm
bro.
trying.
I'm this
I'm
close,
trying
but
to
not
think
yet.
about it. I am trying not to think
So
about
let's get back into 420 now, man. You brought this up with me with Ben and Jerry's.
it. Ben and Jerry, again, you guys can see it. Maybe we'll put it on the full screen or maybe we'll put it here. Ben and Jerry's had come up with this ad that is just if I could get the ad.
I liked it.
The ad is
I say it all the time.
The ad is just
No,
pretty,
I liked it too.
the ad is just pretty much saying that white America has taken over the cannabis industry and they're profiting from it. Yet you have blacks that are currently incarcerated for doing similar thing but doing it illegally
At a higher rate.
and
At the highest.
at the highest rate of being.
Yeah.
So they're saying, if we're gonna, it's being a little hypocritical that the fact that they, the white.
We're getting away with crimes and profiting from it.
So they want to like have a what is it? They want to let out a lot of poor people from jail. I don't know the word I'm looking for.
They want
What
to
else?
decriminalize it and expunge all records of
There you
people
go.
who have
There you go.
been, put in jail or have anything on their record, for
Yeah, there's people that are like when you have the Rockefeller laws, you got caught with a dime bag and they give you
Done.
5 years.
Yeah.
Bro, I still get paranoid, like just walking with weed, and I don't even have to no more, because it was just like it was a stop and frisk thing, and it was like, oh, you got weed, 3 days in the bookings, and that was fucking up a lot of people's lives. There was kids who couldn't come up with $500 for bail.
Did that.
Well, I don't think stop and frisk actually ever went away. I mean,
Oh, no, it hasn't.
It
It's
depends
just-
what neighborhood you in. You look, they'll stop you and I don't know if
It's
you.
not as. I don't think it's pushed the way it was.
No, Rich, I
The
can't.
cameras, these
I
cameras
can't-
changed everything,
yeah,
baby.
I
I'm
No, I'm
telling
just
you.
saying, like, they're not like Stop and Frisk came out when it first came out. It was like Stop and Frisk, Stop and Frisk, Stop and Frisk.
Yeah, well, under
like,
the Giuliani era,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
I
that's what
got
I
one
mean.
time a cop
they
came
don't
in.
necessarily say it
Stop
out
and
loud
Frisk
that
became,
it's
like,
that way.
regular.
I've never sold drugs in my life. Never. Not even thought about it, right? First of all, I'm petrified my mom would beat my ass. Plus, I wasn't raised
You
that
got
way.
a mom worse.
My
than
mom
this.
would, she would,
More scary than the
she'll disown me. So I plus that's never been my thing. I always.
I couldn't sell drugs.
I always find a way to make money, whatever I had to do. No, not really anything illegal. I would always try to make money somehow the way. But I was always the one that was kind of like not really flashy, but I always dressed nice, and I probably looked the part. And I remember one time during the stop and frisk around the Giuliani, I'm in front of the building and we're playing music loud and we're drinking in front of the building. So you're not supposed to drink outside. That would definitely do it. And this
What year
cop,
was this?
I was
It says
about- I was about-
Giuliani
I
era.
might have been.
Yeah.
I might have not been even legal to drink. I might have been 21.
Okay.
I might have been 21. So we're talking about.
This is Bushwick.
We're not gonna talk
Giuliani
we're
era
not- we're not
Bushwick.
gonna tell. Did I tell my age already? Sorry.
Oh,
fuck.
102.
Oh, yeah.
03.
Well,
One of those are 103.
It was
three?
something like that. So he came to me. Now, mind you, I have a basketball jersey on. It's the middle of summer, and I have shorts on with no pockets, like basketball. So I look like I just came from playing basketball. And he's like, "Where's the drugs at?" And he literally puts his hand in my pants, fondles my testicles, goes around my ass, and he's like, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you? Shut up!" And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And then another cop came and said, "Listen, does he know you?" I said, "No." I said, "What the fuck?" And I seen him. Then I grabbed him and pushed him to the side and was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And I'd never done anything in my life. And on the contrary, if you want to be completely factual, there was guys that had stuff on them.
But
They didn't even, they
selected
went
you.
straight to me.
Well, that's the problem with Stop and Frisk because it allows you to be completely discriminatory and prejudiced.
And because he did that to me, actually, they didn't give us
What you think what you think a criminal looks like.
I was so young, I didn't realize that was not correct to do. I was so young, I didn't realize that was.
I knew stop and frisk was fucked up
I
the
was
first
like,
time I
what?
got stopped and frisked. I'll never forget it. I was with my best friend. We was walking down Troop Avenue. An Asian cop came up to me. He said, "Hey, come here." Grabbed me right by my neck. About 13 years old. "Come here. You heard what's going on in Marcy?" Told me just like that. Just like that. Took the flashlight, put it through my butt, put it through my shit, everything. "You guys got anything?" He saw I didn't have nothing. Kept
What's
keep it going.
what's the famous line? I mean, Rachel, you probably were from our neighborhood. What's the famous line? You fit a description.
Yeah.
What the
Well,
fuck
that's all they
description?
have-
What the fuck?
that's all they have
What
to say.
description I fit?
So
I remember one time I did a lineup.
Young male hat.
They would come
low.
to they would come to the neighborhood with beard. No, I mean they would come to the neighborhood
with a 2-to-1 hat.
They would come to the neighborhood, right, and say, we need somebody for lineups. We're giving $20 or $10. Would you do a lineup? And I remember one time I got picked out on the lineup, and they started questioning me, like, dude, this shit happened like in fucking Brownsville. I live here in Bushwick. Like, even though it's not that far away, but it's still far away. I was like 17 years old. First
You
off, I
have
found
to
out
rethink
I
that.
wasn't supposed to be in the lineup anyway because I was underage.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't ask me for ID. They put me there. And it was like, and then they started they were like questioning me. It was like, you guys came, can I get my $20? Get the fuck out of here.
So,
a lot of things, man.
we digressing, though.
I'm digressing, but we get
What
into
happened with Ben and
30,
Jerry's?
30. I explained it to you. So I just explained that we showed the video. Do you guys? I think that's fantastic. That
I like the
a
message of
corporation,
it.
a company.
Ben and
like
Jerry's
that
is always
big,
doing some woke shit though.
But a company with that corporation, for them to say something like that, they don't have
We've
to
made a
do
lot
it.
of money from 420.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people eating our food.
That's what they need to come up with.
They have a ice cream half baked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half baked.
Yeah.
You didn't know that? That's like one of the most famous ones.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Like the cookie dough inside of it.
Never.
Jack can only eat Cinco de Mayo ice cream.
No, I
Don't
don't
worry
eat
about
like
it.
I'm not even
Dulce
bougie.
de leche.
I'm a Haagen-Dazs guy.
Dulce de leche.
I never had dulce de leche.
Really?
I'm a butter pecan kind of guy. I'm Puerto Rican.
Y'all making
That's
me
mad,
hungry.
That's mad like what? That's mad like stereotypical, right? Puerto Rican eat butter
That's why I
pecan.
said dulce de leche.
You eat mamitas, nigga. That's what you eat.
Yo,
Mamitas
good.
coco. That shit is the
Mamitas
truth,
was
bro.
great. Yesterday, yesterday he was in the house. I said, "Yo, cuz, can you do me a favor? Get people stuff from the store. The coconut ices, you know, the frozen
Yeah, I know
fruit."
They don't sell them shits no more though.
He brought
Yeah,
it
they
in my
do.
big-
The frozen fruit?
Yeah, they do.
Them shits is not what
And
they.
it's
It's
super
like
expensive.
syrup now.
Listen,
There's not real
I
coconut
haven't
in that
had
shit no
mamitas
more.
In a while. I don't know if you ever had a mamitas.
Yes, I have.
So he bring me up with mamitas. Like, I haven't had this in a long time. I ate it. It was like, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. Put me to sleep though.
All right, mamita.
That's mamita put me to dormita.
So I'm gonna do something that I don't like doing here.
Uh-oh.
You was right about something that we was talking about last
We
week
get into the politics. Go ahead.
with
Let's go.
Hillary Clinton, and she said a statement where she said that Robert Mueller would have indicted everybody but
If it was
Trump.
but it wasn't it the AG. I was talking about it earlier with Rachel and the AG, Mr. Barr.
Hey, well, he's right.
Mr. Barr, he had stopped it.
He made a point.
Yeah.
Good for you.
But the Southern District of New York, right? They want him.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't get the presidency, the
Doesn't
next
have to get
election,
indicted
are they
on
gonna
the
get
federal
him?
level. He can still
Who?
get indicted on
Who
the
they
state
want?
level.
They want Trump.
Who the
The
Southern?
Southern District of New York City.
Yeah, New York State.
Of New York State or
yeah,
New York
this-
City?
No, New York, they want him. Southern District of New York City.
I
Right?
believe
That
it.
is New York City, yeah.
They want him, and they're the harshest, and they are not Trump fans. So if he doesn't win this presidency, a lot of people are saying he's probably gonna go to jail.
Biden's running now.
Yeah, they said he's gonna.
Clap it up for me for the guy that doesn't know.
You on it,
anything
bro.
else.
You on it, bro.
No
I'll give you that.
apologies.
I'll give you
No
that.
apologies.
That's gonna be a fucking amazing debate. I can't wait. I just want to say. I just hope the Democrats don't sabotage each other, like I
really
said
do
last
too.
time.
God.
I think that's what they did.
I got-
I think that's what they did last time.
I feel like I'm just so on edge between my hopes for Game of Thrones, my hopes for the Mets, my hopes for the Democrats. Please don't
You
let me down.
owe
Mike.
college debt?
Do
Do you have college debt?
You got any debt for your college? Any student loans?
Hell yeah.
So her stress level.
Elizabeth Warren is
I
coming
know. I
up.
saw that. I read that. They're
So-
trying
She's
to-
coming up. She came up with a.
I
She's
don't
trying to
even
propose a
sweat
plan.
I don't even sweat the student loans because they're just there, and I just expect like.
Second bill. Second's a monthly bill, right?
Yeah, it's always gonna be there.
Do
I
you
was
want
about
them
to say, with all that stress-
erased?
Of course I would. Like
So,
them
does she got your
erased.
vote?
Of course I would love somebody to be able to say like.
I
you
don't think
ha-
it's gonna happen.
say You
It's
really
not-
have
That shit will put the
paid
country in
in
way too much debt, bro. That's like our biggest
In
expense.
interest alone, you've really surpassed what you've even borrowed.
Yeah.
So of
Listen,
course we'd like to erase that.
Of course. Listen, you can file for bankruptcy and student loans aren't covered under bankruptcy.
No,
Yeah.
debt is not covered under
So
them.
it's like-
they don't even. They you can never get rid of student loans.
I don't know. According to Elizabeth Warren, she has a plan.
Government
After
can,
7
the government
years,
can.
after 7 years, they don't get you. You might be scot free.
Government
Listen,
can.
between
'Cause
that
the
and
government
healthcare, that's
loans,
gonna destroy this
You are
country.
borrowing student loans are if you have borrowed federal loans, you're borrowing from the government. The government is your bank per
Mm-hmm.
se. But
So they're the only ones that can actually say, "Oh, you're good to go."
yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure they're gonna. I'm not gonna say I'm sure. I'm gonna be positive. I said I'm
You're
an
Miss
optimist.
Optimistic today
I
with
am.
the Game of
I'm gonna
Thrones.
try.
Now with
I'm trying
this,
to be- I'm trying to be optimistic just by nature, just to feel better.
I'm a natural pessimist. I'm a natural cynical person.
I'm
I
a
think
realist,
the-
and we live in a country
think
where
the worst, the very
nothing
worst.
is free, bro.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, I think it's a good game plan. It's a good way to get votes, but I don't see her
Yeah, I
pushing
don't know.
that forward.
I mean, I will hope that they'll come up with some kind of policy that will make sense, but
We'll see. Hopefully, we'll see.
and it benefit people. Who
I
are,
went to a technical school, and they charged me like $6,000 for like a semester. In a technical
What,
school.
Boricua College?
No, I went to TCI.
Niggas try to charge me $5,000 and they didn't teach me a goddamn thing.
Technical Center, it's a technical something institute, and I went there and they charged me like $6,000-7,000. I didn't pay
That's like
it.
education.
Oh, so they're the ones that taught you how to record and all that.
I wish.
No wonder why we had a 29.1.
Anyway,
Now I see it.
well, after let me not self-incriminate myself, but they didn't get my money. Let's just say that. But they took.
Was 29.1 and 2 was the apprehension of turning 30.
Yeah.
That's what we said.
And that was
We
the
thought
30.
we didn't want to do it. You didn't want to turned 30.
You wanted to do 29.1, bro. You just didn't want to show the video to it.
God, the video is. Well, I think Rachel,
The video was
I
great
think you
because
have
I
the
was
last
on it the
copy.
whole time.
I think you have the last copy of the video version because I erased all the other copies.
What should I do?
You
should
look
I do?
Listen, you look fabulous in the video.
You
Yo,
should.
Jack Ed was
Should.
like this in the video.
Only half
You
of
couldn't
you.
see Jack Ed, but you look fabulous in the video. But
Thank you.
let's move
Nicolas
on.
Cage.
Yes, I want to talk about.
Face off. It's only
I want to talk about the audacity of Nicolas Cage's wife that he has now.
Bro, you can't call her a wife.
Yeah, she's not.
Well,
wife
well,
anymore.
technically speaking, she's his wife. As of right now, she's his wife.
Legally, they
Legally-
weren't annulled. They weren't.
They were so legally they're married. They are married right now.
Poor guy.
So he married. What is her name? No, it's Erica Kayoki. So Mr. Cage and Erica Kayoki, they were dating for about. People are saying for about a year, but it hasn't. It wasn't publicized. It wasn't that. A lot of people didn't know about it, and
He wasn't in the public eye.
Well, people knew. People saw him
People
around.
in
her.
his life knew.
Yeah, she was a makeup artist. So
Okay.
they got married, and 4 days later, he's trying to get an annulment or a divorce, claiming
He didn't get a prenup?
no, but he's claiming that
He was like,
yeah, he said he was super drunk,
Yeah.
super wasted. I'm assuming he was probably on other things.
What was he in Vegas?
I don't know where it happened.
Oh, I
that's
didn't,
funny
re- I
'cause
didn't
he
really
has a
read
movie.
it.
Yeah,
He
I-
really has a movie like that.
Yeah.
That's like a life.
Was it leaving Las
Las
Vegas?
Vegas? Yeah.
So he was really drunk, and he says that
Like
he found out that
imitating
she
art.
had a criminal record, and he wants to get an annulled divorce. Now she's claiming she wants spousal support. After 4 days of marriage.
Well,
Not
I
even
the
married
law,
you
bro.
under the
That's the
I
law.
married you under the notion that you were going to give me this lifestyle.
But that's not all right. So
You asked me to marry you, and I said yes.
This is
because
a
of
woman's
this
answer.
reason.
This is a woman's answer. So after
It's a
4
woman-
days,
it's
So you answer it with a
It's
drunk.
not-
I don't remember.
go that way. So I
I'm
don't
not
know.
gonna have any hearing after that.
I don't know what's gonna happen. This is fucking horrible. So palimony. Palimony is when you are in a relationship with somebody, married or not, and you've been with them a certain amount of time, and the person gets accustomed to your lifestyle. So you agree to give them a certain amount of money. The original case was Marvin versus Marvin. Lee Marvin was an actor, and he was with his girlfriend of I think 9 years, and her name was Marvin versus Marvin. I don't remember her name. I'm gonna try to find it, but she's the first one to actually win a palimony case. And what happened was he was with her 9 years, and she actually even changed her name to Marvin like him. And then one day he got up and said, "I don't want to be with you anymore." So he was giving her like $600 a month just till she got back on her feet. She took it to court, and that was the birth of palimony.
It was 9 years though, right?
She was 9 years.
How can we compare that to
But this is what I'm saying.
4 days?
No, this is why I bring it up.
4 days, but how long when they were dating?
there's
So
no
they're
time
dating a
limit.
year.
Now they're saying there was never a time period put on it. So if you were living with me 6 months, like when J Lo married the guy Judd, he asked for that. Because it's not just male to female, female to male. It's rich to.
I think there should be a limit on marriage, bro. J-Lo's got married way too many times.
Nah,
It's your life. You can do what you want to do with
I don't do
it.
that
To each
shit.
his own.
Listen,
Live and let live.
you know. So she marries the guy she sleeps with. What's wrong with that?
There's a lot wrong
What
with
about
that.
the women that just fucking sleep with everybody and don't marry anybody? And she's like, put a ring on it before you get this vagina.
I'll tell you what, he's stupid too because if I know I'm Nicolas Cage,
Mick Jagger's been married like how many times?
Yeah, I mean, what about Paul
Bro, I'm
McCartney?
walking with
Paul
prenups in my
McCartney-
back
Paul
pocket,
McCartney
bro.
married a girl one leg because he was
Okay.
depressed.
who?
Okay, wait.
And she got half of his money.
Listen, remember at the end of the day,
He wasn't with me shooting in the
in
gym.
a legal
Huh?
court.
Oh,
Whoa, guys. Whoa.
Go for it, go for
it.
Sorry,
At
go
the
ahead.
end of the day, remember, I'm not saying so
No,
so much
I
of my.
want your
No,
point.
what I'm saying is little
I'm waiting for
factual
this.
information here is that like marriage always has a bit of a contractual,
Agreement, yes, okay.
piece of it. It's in legal
4
in
days, Rachel?
in the legal world.
4
it
days?
has. Yeah, it's considered a contract. This is
And
I do. I agree to
She's
these
claiming
terms
that
and
she
this
couldn't get a
condition,
job because of him.
contract.
She couldn't do anything because of him.
How do we know that?
4 days?
No,
How does- what does that have to do
4
with a
dudes
job?
Is whatever is what they were married, or quote unquote, but they were together in a relationship. During that course of the relationship, you don't know how many times he told her that. Baby, I love you, baby. I'm gonna give you everything you want. You're never gonna have to work again. You spit some stuff to women sometimes.
Okay, all right.
Whether you can,
All
whether
right.
you can
ain't
back
none,
it up,
ain't none
whether
a
you
woman
can
could
back
spit
it
to
up
me
or
in 4
not.
days that I'm gonna marry her and give her my whole
I
fucking
hear
life
that.
savings.
So now you can't give game anymore because if you give game, you're gonna be penalized for
Well,
it.
if I'm interpreting it that's how you're really gonna give me those things. I thought that's what you were gonna do. I really thought you. Listen.
You have answered why men don't go up to
men
women
say
before.
things
That's
and
why
they
we don't
can't
spit
back
game.
it up. There are many times.
Of course, that's the whole point of the game. I'm gonna feed you lies because.
Then don't
Whoa,
lie.
whoa,
You have to
whoa.
be honest about what you're really gonna do because
Let's
put your
say I don't
money
feed
where
you
your
lies.
mouth is. Because then
All right,
really, I'm
let's
gonna
say-
turn around and say you broke my heart. You lied to me about what you said you were gonna do, and now.
This-
here I am.
this sounds
Now I'm
premeditated, Rachel.
brokenhearted.
Hold
No.
on. If I say I'm gonna take care of you,
Premeditated
no,
is
no,
game.
no. If I say I'm gonna take care of you, and while I'm with you, I take care of you, then I'm honest. I don't want to be with you. I'm
So
move on.
you- but
So I have to go care of you for life.
You said you were gonna. That's the whole point of I
I'm
do.
gonna take care of you when
So
I'm
death
with
do
you.
his part.
No, but we're talking about people that aren't married. I'm not talking. If you're married,
Like I said, but
it's
you
a whole
don't. But
different
what
ballgame.
I said is you don't know what's going on in the context of
So
their
in a
relationship.
year,
What he said to her.
I'm saying in a relationship, people say different things, and during the relationship, they mean it. Women say things to the guys.
Sure.
I'm gonna be faithful to you, and then they go and have sex with someone else. I'm not saying all women. I'm saying men do the same. Men are probably worse than women. But people say things, and that shit happens.
Of course.
So you should be
I'm not-
penalized forever for it.
I didn't say forever.
If I gotta give you spousal support, I
Well, you
gotta
don't,
do
know
that.
you don't know how long you have to do that for. No, and it's not actually
No,
true.
it's
You don't
not
have to
because
give it. It's not,
they can say spousal support for a year. And they can,
But let me tell you
Yeah.
something. If a girl get me 4 days in, bro, my life is done, bro. I don't deserve to be rich. I'm telling you right now.
No. He didn't.
That's no. That's what
No,
what
she
I'm
didn't-
stuck on.
She didn't marry him 4 days of meeting him. They were dating for a year.
Year.
They were married for 4 days, and then he's like, "Hold on." I guess he came down from his
He's
fucking
sober,
from
he's
his drunkenness, and he
sobriety.
said, "What the fuck? I didn't mean to marry you." So, which
Whatever,
further lets
yeah.
me know that he was just dating a younger woman. He probably was just, whatever
Pussy
he was
whip.
doing with her. And then he got drunk one day and he married her because of whatever she said. I'm not again.
He got
He
drunk or
probably-
he sobered up?
Leonardo-
Which one was it?
Okay, listen,
How many
listen.
young women Leonardo DiCaprio dates?
What?
I'm just
Why would you
saying.
do that?
I'm
What
just
does
saying. He
that
dates a bunch of models for a couple months and leaves.
Sure.
Rihanna dates a bunch
But
of guys and
is
leaves.
he telling everyone I'm gonna make your life and
But
you're
you
not
don't know
gonna
what
have
he
to worry
told
about you
her.
never have to work again?
But you don't know what they tell him.
Exactly my point. You don't know what he told her. So how can you say
But just
he
bec-
didn't say those
so
things?
because of words, he should be suffering forever or whatever at one time.
If it's
He
a
should-
prom, if you're saying it's a promise,
All right. If I marry
I can
you,
hold
see,
you to
marriage contract. If I believe in marriage, if I marry you,
It is a
yeah,
contract.
it's a contract. It means whatever.
in
That's
that
why they
way.
signed the prenup because
Yeah.
it's the contract says
You're-
I'm gonna
you're-
do this to or whatever. If I marry you and under like
listen, I don't.
if I marry you in
This is the
Vegas, and
argument
I'm
she's trying
fucking
to
drunk.
break. This is the
Didn't Britney
argument.
Spears do the same thing? Britney Spears got married to somebody in Vegas and said, "Listen, I was drunk and I."
Hold on.
That's how you can have it annulled. You know, like
what I'm saying,
that's
but-
like that's the idea behind like annulment. Like it really wasn't a marriage to begin with, so to
So
speak.
then why is she? So she should get the money then. How about that?
No, hell no.
How she should, I swear to God, she should get the money.
Just because it wasn't a real marriage, I'm not. Listen, guys.
Should she get
No,
the
no, no,
money?
no, no.
I'm not-
Go ahead,
Time
Rachel.
out,
Go ahead.
time out,
She
time
takes
out.
my money when I'm in
I'm not talking about the
need.
marriage. I'm not talking about the marriage.
Okay.
I'm talking about what happened potentially
Prior to the
in
marriage.
the relationship, because the basis of 4 days is irrelevant.
Of course, that's
it's
how it is.
irrelevant.
Yes, I got
I'm
you.
talking about what he said or did or did not say in the relationship that led her to believe that he was going to say those things and promise those things. That's why she's feeling like that's the idea that she's saying that she could even take something to court under the premise. That's the whole premise.
And
What
she'll
you
win.
said to
No,
me in the
okay,
relationship.
okay.
You
But
promised me
yours-
forever. You said
okay.
you were going to marry me. You said you were going to stay.
I'm gonna use your argument against you. You're
I'm
assuming that he said that.
I'm not assuming. I said what he said or didn't say. I
So
said
let's-
that from the
I know,
beginning.
but
You
let's
don't
say he
know
didn't-
what he
let's say he
said.
didn't say it.
I said that from the beginning.
Let's say he
you don't
didn't
know
say
what
it. We can't prove it, so we can't prove it. What he
Yeah,
said.
you can't prove
So
it.
after a year of a relationship with her, clearly he's a multimillionaire. Clearly he's wealthy.
I
don't know
think
what her
time is
finances-
irrelevant. I think it's about, in this case, it's about what she felt he said.
So 3 months.
No.
If I'm the lawyer, that's how my mind is
Okay,
thinking. If
so
I'm going to represent
3 months.
somebody, well, this is what my client said was promised to her.
I'm
So
head of-
therefore,
I'm head of
you're
the-
going to tell me you're going to give me a service, and then you don't do the service that you promised you're going to do. You said you were going to paint the house the way you said you were going to paint the house.
It's a marriage, not
So
back
now
page, Rachel.
No, it's a
It
contract.
is.
It's a contract. That's how you argue it in the
no.
court of the law.
Of course,
Gotta think like that.
I
Think like the
understand-
lawyer.
I understand exactly. What you, of course, I understand that. I'm not saying. Let's take that out. You're right. That's what they're gonna fight for. What happens if you would have broke up with her and they weren't married? Then what?
Then there wasn't
I'm
a
saying,
contract.
let's
If
say,
you broke up and they weren't
let's
married?
say this marriage did not happen. The marriage for 4 days. Let's say that didn't happen, and then he just say, you know what? I don't want to be with you anymore.
Okay.
Would she be?
No, by
filing
law,
for-
there's no contract.
No. Would she be filing for spousal support? Would she be filing for palimony?
I don't know that. I don't know that.
So that this marriage that you don't know
I
if she
don't
set him
know.
up. But
you don't know that just because if it ended, that he, she could have felt blindsided by him ending the marriage. It would. If it's not, if she's, I'm willing to work on this. I'm willing to stay in this. I'm willing to try. But you're giving up on this. It's your ending of it.
So I should be penalized for it.
Well, you're essentially, you're voiding your part of the contract. You're voiding the part of the deal. My points her fingers hard today.
And gentlemen, we promised you we was gonna bring y'all feminist, and we did, ladies and gentlemen.
You just see the other point. You just go so hard for the other side, and I'm just giving you the other side.
I'm just listening. I'm enjoying this.
You're right. You're right. All right. We'll agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Where do you stand?
You know me, bro. 4 days, bro.
He ain't trying to give no money to
do
nobody.
none of that, bro.
2-1 is but all right. It's
So-
not saying you're
What
wrong.
all the women in the world think? I
Yeah.
think they agree with me.
Of course. All right. Come on.
It's y'all time right now. We'll give you that. We'll give you that right now.
It's not even a male
No, you're
female
right.
thing. Because if it was the other way around, if I'm someone
You were
It
married
was a
to
gay
somebody.
couple.
If I was the celeb, I was the one making more money.
I mean, like I said, with the whole with the J
I
Lo
don't
thing.
want you to work. I want you to stay home and be
That
here
kid
and
that
take
married
care
J
of.
Lo, right? The dancer. She gave him $1 million. I don't know if it's for the rest of his life, but she had $1 million in the gag order once they divorced. That was $1 million a year. Like that was like his I don't know if it was for the rest of his life. I don't know the time frame, but that's what she did. So it's not that it's a male or female thing, and I don't want the viewers to think that. It's more of a
Just seeing the other person's perspective.
It's someone from
It's
someone
the
that
other
has the
person's
wealth.
perspective.
Someone that has the wealth and someone who doesn't. And you're just correct me if I'm wrong. You're saying you don't know if promises were made to the person that is not in the same bracket financially,
Yeah.
and now they're not being kept. So now the victim.
Because of those promises, I made certain adjustments
Correct.
in my
So
life.
now the victim is saying, I adjusted my life for you, and now you should pay me because I changed for you. But what I'm saying is, how the fuck do you change in 4 days or in a year even?
Well, I mean, obviously there's a deeper issue here. There's a deeper issue here. I don't know the health of this relationship, being very viable.
Fortunately,
but
I don't have to deal.
And Nicolas Cage is fucking nuts, by the way. Anyway, his history of dating and all that stuff is fucking insane.
Like I said, life imitates art.
Fortunately for me, I'm from Bed-Stuy, and I live in housing, so I don't want to marry nobody because rent's gonna go up. You know what I mean? I had a household gets challenged, so I don't have to deal with that.
Hold on, real quick. All right, let's
Y'all know, you know what it is. You know you get on that lease, bro. You get married on the lease, it's over.
let's
Two incomes.
Let's finish the show up with this last topic, okay? And Rachel, we're here since we're doing this lady thing.
Okay.
All right. Is it okay for women to lie on their looks and deceive men, and then get mad when men?
Can you show her why?
I already know. I saw the clip.
saw it.
He showed me the clip. He showed me the clip.
We'll show it here.
But who's that lie for? You think it's for you, but
No, that was my next question. Who are you acting like that for? Because a beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? People are attracted to different things. This person may be attracted to fat. This person may be attracted to skinny, tall, black, white. When I mean black, I'm not talking nationality. I'm talking about skin color. Dark skin, light skin. Everybody has their preferences and stuff like that. Besides Best Lou likes everything. But
He's right.
he's an equal opportunist.
yeah, he's good. So as you can see the video that was there. The
Don't
young lady is
discriminate.
having this girdle on. She takes it off, and her stomach is like. Blah, 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 blah. Now, if I go home with you, that's like, all right. I'm gonna say the other way around. What if I put a sock or something in my pants, and you just happen to keep looking at my bulge, whatever, right? And then I go home, and it's like, oh yeah, it's not that. And I'm not
The
saying
difference between a man and a woman, though.
The difference between a man and a woman is that a woman is consistently made to. Her worth is made to feel that her worth has to be in her image and her looks, and she has to look a certain type of way in order to get.
the guy she wants. The guy she
or
wants. But that goes back
to
to
feel attractive.
A guy gotta
and that's society's society's fault, men's fault, whomever.
But
it's
men
put it
too,
on them.
men gotta have a certain amount of money or have a certain amount of bank account to feel, yeah, I can get that woman that I want. Because if I go after the woman I want, she's gonna.
I'm not saying that it's.
I commend that.
I'm not saying that it's right to feel that, to think that way. I don't agree that that's a healthy perspective to have. That there's so much more to your worth than what you look like. But unfortunately, that's the society we live in. Unfortunately, that's the way we live today.
I commend her though. I'm sorry to cut you off. I commend her, bro.
I
To
commend
hold
her for
all
her
that,
because-
to hold all that in there,
Yes.
bro.
Those things are painful. Women
She
do
made-
a lot of painful things that look good for you.
She must have been bulletproof that day, bro.
I got a story
She's
for
got-
that. I wore one of those one day.
We're gonna get there. We getting there. We getting there. We getting lipo's happening for men. If you want to get a
starting to make us really question that package more and more and more.
No, because Zoe, my lady, she had one, and I was like, no, not that. I'm good. I'm good. The Fajas. So she was like, you want to try? Let me try. I tried it. I look real skinny, and I remember Mom saw it, and she was
You
like,
can get a faja, bro.
no, but I was trying, cause
Seinfeld made an episode
I
about
have a
that.
big belly. I don't give a shit. That's my belly. And I did it because she told me to do it.
Keep it on,
I'm not
baby.
gonna lie. I like the way it looked.
Can you sleep in it tonight?
Exactly. Like I like the way this looks, even though it's not real. But I want to be able to have a taste of that. Have a
Ladies-
taste of that attention. Have a taste of that.
Ladies, I know that based.
Our time is coming, ladies. Don't worry. Our time is coming.
There's some
Listen,
fajas that
I
got the
told you.
crotch cut out.
I'm
just prefer-
sure that there's Spanx for men out there. I'm sure if you Google that, we're gonna have to do that.
Ladies,
I can't be on. I sweat
ladies,
too much.
if you're gonna buy the girdle, just get it with the crotch cut out so that you don't have to take it off and I don't have to experience that shit that I fucking saw. Because if I do that, I'm gonna die.
You fucked up.
But you
bro.
know what though?
You fucked up.
You know what
You're
though?
exactly the
Telling you
reason.
right now.
That is exactly the reason why women
No,
are out
hold
there
on.
buying.
You're
that, because
fucking lying
my
to me.
body's not good
Hold
enough
on,
the way
no,
it is. Oh,
all
that's
right,
just
come on,
perpetuating.
that's like me taking you home and then you get dressed right now, pull your hair, you got a
But
fucking
you-
bald head. Like,
Yeah, the difference between you and a woman though is that you'll probably still hit that bald-headed chick,
I
bro.
wouldn't. Then again, I don't know.
But the idea that you criticize her because the way like her hair is or isn't, or her body is or isn't, is exactly the reason why women feel it's necessary to go to these lengths.
What about us?
What about you?
My makeup is my beard. Without my beard, I look like shit. So I have a beard all the time. That's my makeup.
But again, that's
That's my insecurities, right? So I
Have you seen him without a beard? Please put the
remember.
picture. Please put the picture here.
Definitely
I mean,
not.
no,
Please
I
put
have
the
seen
picture here,
When
bro.
you were younger, when I was
No, I'm talking about like a couple years ago.
Yeah, what was it, by
I
mistake?
think I
They
knew
cut
you
your
when
shit
you
by
were
mistake or
growing
something
it.
like that?
I had for Halloween I used to get dressed
Zoe
up.
loves it, by the way.
Zoe actually fucking can't.
I know, I'm
stand
being
it.
very sarcastic.
And I went. And Zoe
She
knows
can't
this.
stand the beard, or-
She can't stand it without the beard.
Oh, without.
But you know what though? That's I think that
I think you always had facial hair when I knew you, but I don't know that you had a full
and
beard.
that could be a cultural thing
Yeah,
for us too.
facial hair out the
when
cooch.
I didn't wear my beard to the job, and I was seeing, they were like, Josh, I didn't know how handsome you were. And I don't know if they're being sarcastic, like the older women or, people that weren't from my culture. They were like, you look. And I've spoken to people, they say beard is so dirty and disgusting.
That's
Not
true.
even
I know.
beard.
There was just a study that came out that is dirtier than dog fur.
Where hair is dirty in general.
Yeah, but your man's beards
Yeah.
are have deathly bacteria in there.
This was definitely Rachel's show, bro. This was definitely Rachel's show, bro.
Well, let's reflect though. 30 episodes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Oh,
30
man.
episodes, man. What's your favorite episode? I don't know the numbers, but
I'm gonna be real with you. My favorite episode has to be after 14 when we figured it out that we could do it. And all that. I ain't gonna lie. After 14, you know what happened. I ain't gonna tell everybody what happened.
we lost our engineer. No hard feelings.
That was scary, bro.
And
It's like Destiny's Child.
we had a,
Started off with,
Yeah, but
had a
Beyonce was
change
still
up
the
the
As long
song.
as they still got Beyonce, we good.
Hold on,
All
if
right.
you're gonna fit that big
As long
head, it
as
has
we
to be
got
bigger.
Beyonce,
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, it was.
Don't let me go solo.
It was tough. It was tough, but you know what? We persevered through it.
Mm-hmm.
I think now we're probably better than ever.
Well, I'd like to see what 30 takes you. Now you're a little bit more grown and maybe mature.
Well, I think
And-
now
and-
we understand. We understand each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing some of that varsity piece or music.
But we'll reflect over the music.
But,
Reflect over the music.
Oh, you just reminded me of something good.
Yeah. So, but first off, we were actually really scared because the 2-to-1 show was supposed to be, two opinions to one opinion. So whether it would be mine and Lou's opinion versus our old engineer's opinion, or vice
It was
versa.
supposed to be a Met show in the beginning
Yeah, we started supposed to be the Mets.
when it was 11 and
But
0.
then you guys just started talking about other things and
Yeah, because what happened was we
couldn't carry the Mets, bro.
were afraid that we wouldn't be able to catch all the audiences that we were trying to catch. What happened was originally
you would be limited.
Yeah, and I didn't want it to be limited, and that's why we ended up making the IG page, because we were like we wanted people to see that.
When did we officially start?
I don't
It's
know.
probably a year.
It might have been
May, I
last
think you
May.
said
It might have been
May.
last May. We gotta look at the dates on my YouTube
Shit
page.
flew, bro.
So and we had a lot of ups and downs, but it was. I don't know how it was gonna be with just me and Lou, cause I thought the premise of 2-to-1 would have been like, we don't have the third person or whatever. But then we took on where it was going to be us two, and the one would be the audience. So our opinion versus you guys' opinion. Then you come on, and then brainstorming. We said we gotta get a female point of view, and then of course Rachel decided to come along as long as she can. As many you always invited around, and she gave us.
As long as you'll have me.
She gave us a different perspective. And it's
Favorite
just,
episode? I think I know which one it is. I'm not gonna tell you that, but
I'm not gonna lie. I think as an overall episode, I like our last episode.
our last episode I think was
I think our
top
last
3 in my
episode,
book.
I think our last episode, visually, it was attractive visually. Thank you to Rachel. The audio came out really good. We didn't have too much.
Don't.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
We
lying.
all work together nicely.
I'm lying. She was messing up my mic with her hair, whatever. No, but we touched on a lot of topics. The time was good, and everything came out. I'm not gonna say perfect. I don't think we had a perfect episode yet, and I don't want to.
I don't think with me and you, I don't think it's ever.
I don't think we're ever gonna get a perfect
perfection.
episode, because if I say we had a perfect episode, then I won't want to strive for something better.
Well, yeah. There's no such thing.
So I wouldn't do that. So I would say that.
Best 2-to-1 moment. I know which one it is.
I
Want
know
to say it?
That's 2-to-1 moment.
Go ahead, say it. I'll say my girl.
Snoop.
Oh man,
Uncle
fuck.
Snoop.
Bro, when
Uncle
Snoop
Snoop.
followed us, it was like, and it was right after 14, right?
Yeah.
I remember that
That
I almost got jumped by Trump supporters the day
That
before,
was- oh, man.
and that changed my whole mood.
Guys,
bro.
we were gonna destroy this show, man. We was on our way. Shout out to Uncle Snoop. We had this skit, and the skit came out great.
I almost died that day.
And yeah,
Almost died that day.
We wore like a suits. We had cigars. We had like this whole skit that it's gone now.
Yo, the intro, bro.
Hold on, man. You gotta relax, man.
What the fuck?
Hey, cuz, do me a favor.
Nah, seriously, bro.
Come on,
Y'all playing too much, man. I gotta get out of
What
here,
shit,
bro.
Luke?
What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Yo, did you get the memo? We're
Why
famous
fucking
now.
memo, bro? Why we
We're
playing
famous
No,
this
nigga, he
now.
didn't
music,
get the
bro?
memo.
You didn't get the memo.
He didn't
Yo,
get the memo.
Lewis, this is not the fucking new intro, bro. Why are you putting this shit?
By the way, this ain't
What the-
tobacco. This is
No.
cannabis.
I'll turn
Angeles
that
for
fuck off.
shizzle.
Yo, what up, bro? We gotta do the fucking intro, man. Y'all fucking around, son. Got Snoop Dogg in the background playing this shit.
Yo, can you tell him why?
Yo,
He said
fuck
Snoop Dogg.
this
Can you tell him
shit.
why?
We the two, and he's the one. And Snoop Dogg is my dog, son.
Snoop Dogg is my dog. And Jay-Z's my best friend.
We're living our best life. We're living our best
Hold
life.
me, son.
We're living our best life.
For those of you who don't know, let them know. For
Wow,
shizzle.
tell me, what's so cool about this
Snoop
shit?
Dogg liked our picture and is now following us.
We not big time. We not big time.
That ass, he lying.
Yeah, we in it. Check it out.
That's some
At
groupies.
221
He like nothing.
underscore.
Let me check
show.
it out. Hold on.
If Snoop Dogg follows
What's
us,
his name?
It's going Snoop Dogg. What you
Snoop Dogg,
mean?
we mean. What's his name? No,
Living our best
this,
life.
this is really for shizzle.
Yo, he
This is really-
reposted our shit.
He reposted our shizzle.
Holy
Shout out.
freaking shit.
To the dog father himself.
Matter of fact, how about we change the name from 2-to-1 to the whistle?
Oh, you know what? Tell the wizard to start fucking doing the other tech shit. I'm out there. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Yo,
fuck this
Big
song
fucking
shit.
shout out to Snoop Dogg,
Fuck
man.
that.
We appreciate you, man. This is a little skit for you, man. Thank you.
Fuck that.
Stay tuned for episode 15.
I mean, no face, good looking Snoop Dogg.
We'll never see it again. And then, unfortunately, our former engineer had like technical difficulties, and it never came out. And then the episode was rock on because he had footage of a Trump supporter throwing his phone.
Really?
And Trump just had hit touch office. Well, not touch
And my
office,
mother
yeah.
defended him.
His mom, and it was like, and then it was a perfect thing. And then there you go.
Before we do go,
We're talking about episode 15.
my mother brought something up about you that really upsetted me.
Okay.
I wish I could call her, but I'm not.
It's a good word.
Yeah. Just, that's
It
how
made me
that's how
infuriated.
serious it was because it upsetted me.
We'll see if it makes Merriman
So my
flip
mom,
over.
for those of y'all who don't know, my mom is a preacher, and Jack N happened to go to her church when he was 8 years old, and it turns out that you was joking on my mother, OD.
Yo, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. But you know what's funny?
For the same eyebrows you got. So I promised my mother I was gonna put that on camera.
Oh man.
All right.
Listen,
Good son, good son.
at 8 years old.
Why would you do that, bro?
Because he was 8 years old.
No respect, bro.
Because he was 8 years old.
And that's why I love this guy, bro.
I couldn't do it.
Because he told my mother the things I didn't want to tell her.
I don't know. Well, hopefully, the future looks bright.
I know. This is it, bro.
Well,
I got a very funny feeling that this, maybe not this year, but next year is definitely gonna kick off.
I'm not worried about it. One episode.
I'm not worried about it neither,
Well,
but we haven't done this in a
30
while. You ready?
30 episodes. Let's do another 30. All right. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen,
You know what we haven't done? We haven't done this in a while.
which
What
one?
are you guys going
Put
to
the
do?
thing. Nothing. Just my outro that I haven't done in a while because we got so many episodes now.
I don't know about
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all gotta give me breath for this one.
Take a stretch, take a stretch.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the 2 to 1 show. Make sure you follow us at 2.
get your breath, 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 get your breath.
You ready?
Do it again. Are you ready?
Making me
Put the
hold
song
my
back on, bro. Alright, let's do this again. So we used to count down the episodes, but then we got to like episode 22.
Let's do it. Come on.
So
Once again, G7 Patch, Brooklyn Anyhow, our intro and outro song. Catch him on every streaming platform. Also, Varsity P, new album. I forgot the name of it.
make sure y'all check that out. And make sure y'all check us at 221_show. I'm your boy Best Alu. To my right, the beautiful Rachel. To my left, Sweet Cheeks Jecken. That's another one. Make sure y'all catch episode 30, 29, 29.2, 29.1, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is fucked up. Peace.
All for the cause. They teach me how to ball. I had to learn on my calls. We hustle winning to the fall. They gave my dog 10 and had him lost in the sauce. We going up when he touchdown. Rich out of service, I might go and get a bust down. See us getting litty, please don't try to say what's up now. Walking in our section when you see us in the club now. It's Mr. Game 7, every game from here is Christ now. Down to my last, I watch.
We took trips, head bricks, so she stir fried. Them Decatur boys was a big inspiration, it was major boy. Not the shit they was doing, but the life they was living. Poor black boys saw a lifestyle of winning. Got my swag from them drug dealers. Yeah, them back block niggas selling crack drop niggas. Got my swag from them drug dealers. Yeah, them out of town niggas with a lot of town niggas. Got my swag from them drug dealers. Yeah, them flip the keys niggas on the triple B niggas. Got my swag from the. I got my swag from the drug dealer. Poor black